Okay, next I want to show you about a couple other things. So naming your song and then beginning the recording of your voice. So your song is going to be called My Song Something or Other, and you do not want it to be called that. You want to keep yourself always clear on which projects you're working on and what they're for. So you're going to want to give this a new title. So what I've done here is I held down the name of the song until this appeared, and as you can see, here's the title of my song. And I'm just going to go ahead and use the keyboard to delete the name and type in exactly what I want it to be called. And then you can hit the done button and it will bring you right back here. Now if I click on the project itself, it will bring me in here, and you can see I've got this microphone here is going to be my voice. This microphone here is representing the background track that we already imported before. So I want to be singing, and I want it to keep this track but record my voice up here. Right now this microphone is highlighted in blue, and that means if I hit record right now, it's going to record my voice over this and get rid of it and put my voice there instead. What I want to do is click on this microphone right here so that I can record my voice on a separate track. So as you can see, I've clicked it, and now this is the blue microphone, and if I hit record, I will hear this music playing, and when I sing, it will record right here, and it will sound something like this. And then I can sing along with that track, whatever words I made up. Okay, so one thing that you might encounter that can be a problem is when you are playing this track and you want to be able to have just your voice come through on the recording. The best way to do that is by adding headphones into the iPad so that you can hit record and you will hear this in your ears, but all the iPad will hear is your voice coming in down here. What can happen if you don't have headphones is the iPad will not only record your voice, but it will record another copy of this music because the speakers on the iPad can hear it while it's playing. And it starts to sound sort of far away, and every time you record another layer over it, it sounds kind of grosser and grosser. So here's what it sounds like when you don't have headphones. And you may not be able to hear it awesomely well right here, but it does get kind of messy after you add several layers. So. And the voice sounds okay. The problem is not the voice, but the background music starts to sound like chintzy and cheap, and it's not an ideal situation. So the best way to solve that is just to make sure you're adding in headphones for the person who's singing. So only the person who's actually going to sing can hear the music. If you have more than one person singing at a time, you're going to want to try to figure out a way to get maybe one earbud in each person's ear or something so both people can hear it as they are singing it. The last thing I want to show you is how to get different effects on your voice. As you can see, this track we started out with is just a microphone, and I have got a person standing here, and that means my voice is going to have a little bit different sound when I sing than just a normal voice. It's set up to sound like it's in a small room, and you can see that right here where it says small room. So I'm going to show you how you do that. Actually, if you double click on that icon, whatever it is, whether it's the microphone or the person or the grand piano if it's a piano track, then it will take you to a screen that looks like this. And on this screen, the one that's chosen will be highlighted like this right here, a small room, and you can try out different effects. This is what it would sound like if you were singing over the telephone, if you were a chipmunk or a robot, if you were singing through a bullhorn or a dreamy sort of sound. And it's fun to try them out and decide which one you like the best and then go back and do your final recording. You can also usually make adjustments to the sound using these different knobs down here, and their names will change depending on which one of these choices you pick. And once you pick a choice, usually I like to go back to this screen right here so that I can see my recording as it happens. While I'm actually singing, it will take me to this screen And then I always have to hit this button again to go back and take a look at all of those tracks together. The other thing you want to make sure of is if you're going to be using these different effects, anything besides just this dry right here, you're going to have to be using headphones, because it will not only change the sound of your voice, but if you're not using headphones, it will also change the sound of the background music. So the background music will start to sound chipmunky or robot-y or telephone-y, and it starts to sound really, really messy and not professional. So make sure if you're going to be using any effects besides dry, that you are always listening to the song through headphones while you're recording your voice.